Hello and welcome to my channel. I got a key for this game called Rescue HQ, and I was about ready to go to bed and I just got the key sent to me, so I decided I was going to play this for a little bit and check it out. What ended up happening was I ended up playing this thing for about 4 or 5 hours. So after we get started here, I'm going to probably end up speeding this up so that it can continue past. So this is our little mayor. He's our little tutorial guide letting us know what's going on and how we need to proceed through the different things. To the right of him, you'll have your little quests that you have that you need to accomplish, and that will show you just your little list of things that you need to be able to set up. They give you a starter section with a couple of little pieces already put down for you for different segments that you have. Up in the top left, you have your dollar amounts, how much you have, how much you're spending, so you can see all that stuff. In the bottom left, I just opened up the building pane. So these are all the different things that you can build, and it's just showing you how you can actually move things around. You can add walls and take things, move things around and do a whole bunch of other stuff in there too. So I'm just going to place a garage down here. So I just took that little section and popped it into place, and just kind of like popped in there for me. All right. So then underneath the garage, there's some boxes, some circles that show what kind of things that I can actually purchase. Now, using the Q and the E key will let me rotate left or rotate counterclockwise and clockwise. So using the Q and the E lets you rotate your item. The red signals that you're getting is telling you all the different things that is wrong with this. I did take a little bit of time trying to get this to actually work the way that it was. I thought I had to have it on the road, and then I realized, no, it needs to be in the garage, and that's where it put it in there for me. Now, it did give me an error saying that they can't be right next to, I put it right on the wall, and it didn't like that. So that's why it's giving me a little red error here. I'm going to resolve that in just a second as soon as I get my next one in there. Okay, that one worked. So now what I need to do is I need to figure out how to move it. And so I should be able to do that with the little move icon. I figured it out a little bit later. There was a move icon that I could use to actually move it. And that's the icon all the way down at the bottom. See, I'm having a little bit of a issue here trying to figure this out, but I'll be able to figure it out eventually. These types of builder games, I figure out what's going on and how things are. Oh, there we go. It wasn't because I put it right next to the wall. It was because I needed a door. Look at that. All right. So it's saying I need an LF fire engine. I'll get to that eventually. Build things up and along. Up in the top right, it's showing you your timeline and when these things are going to actually occur. Events that happen that you need to be able to plan for, and it'll show you how that actually works. There's also a little star in right after your money. So over on the top left, right next to the amount of money that you have to buy things and different stuff like that, you have a little section that has a star next to it. Right now it's 0 out of 600. That's your reputation. You can use reputation to unlock other features in the game. So it'll give you the ability, once you get to a certain point, to be able to unlock different things. And what you actually use to unlock is very key. Now that's giving me a little warning over there in the far right hand. It popped open and said, hey, there's a fire and I was trying to figure out how to get the fire to work, and I think that one actually dies on me because I didn't realize what happens, and that actually makes your reputation go down when you lose that. But I'll get it here in a second here. Now it's asking for the last thing for the fire station expansion. I need to create a air tank refill and an air tank storage facility. So I need to find where that's at over in the building section so that I can build that station itself. So I just opened up the fire truck. It's showing me underneath it the health of the fire truck. So you may have to repair it or things like that. This is just your overall resources. These are the different employees that you have. And I went and fired somebody right off the bat just to see what that would actually do. You know, and that kicked him out of the firehouse and he got fired. I have a couple people that are actually out on different things as well. So now I got another one here. It's shifts. There are 2 shifts. So there's 12-hour shifts, a day and a night shift, and that's what you have. You have either your day shift or your night shift. And I saw that the people switched to other things that are there. So I'm just looking around, checking things out, trying to see how this works out here. One of these times I'm going to actually click over on the far right-hand side. I think what I'm doing now is I'm saying, yeah, I need to set up a bedroom space so that they can have places to sleep. So it's pretty, grid-based builder type, and you need to have all the things connected so that you can do what you need to do, and it gives you all the pieces you need right there in the different sections. So each section is going to have a door, and I eventually figured that out, and I just start using any section whenever I want a door to be able to place a door somewhere, and things of that nature. So I'm just adding a couple of beds in here because I know they're going to need beds. Now there's little feet. That's where the people are going to walk in to get into the bed, and that has to be available for them to be able to access. If it is not accessible, then you will get it'll show, the asset will actually show up in red, and it'll say, hey, I can't do anything. Oh, there we go. Now I found the emergency, and that's telling me about how to use the dispatch feature the first time I've actually opened that up. So it's like, okay, when you're doing this, this is what you have to do. The nice thing about this is as soon as you hit that dispatch for the emergency, the countdown stops, which I think is nice because then you can take your time to figure out, okay, who do I want to do? What do I want to use? Because in the middle section where it says resources and requirements, that's where you want to select the people that you want to be able to send out. And so I'm selecting the different items, and then I hit dispatch, and the people start going and grabbing their gear, and then they go off into the fire truck. So you can see them all just popping right in there and doing what they need to do. I eventually figure out that you can use your right click and drag to move it around. You can also click on the middle mouse wheel, hold that down, and then drag your mouse around, and you'll be able to shift your point of view. It showed you some other things, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed this up until it gets to a point, and then I'll maybe stop and talk about that again. Okay? So I thought this would be a good place to slow down. We have a new event that we can do. We can do police now, and you can dispatch police and fire. I have a couple police officers, but it is making it so that I'm only getting about a 50 or a 70% on the police officers because I either don't have enough police officers to fill the spot, or it's asking for additional assets and I don't have enough reputation to be able to open up that particular thing like riot gear or things of that nature. So I'm hoping to be able to get that working so that we can build that up a little bit more for you. Okay, so here's another really big event that actually comes up. I finished building my second garage because I was going to start putting the ambulances in the garage and just have the police and fire across the top. But now it's giving me this new tutorial department tab. And so I can have events that have multiple departments that need to be dispatched. So it tells me this is what I got to do, and it's giving me a little tabs on the left-hand side of the dispatch to be able to send people out based upon what needs to happen. I see that it's only at 60% because I haven't actually gone down to the police tab yet. I was trying to figure out where, oh, there it is. Now I can actually do that, and I can assign the police to that. There we go, we're at 100% now. So I just wanted to slow it down so that you could see that. All right, I'm going to speed this back up again. Okay, so this is about where I stopped. I did say I spent about 5 or 6 hours and I got to this point. I did notice a couple of things. Um, like I have all these vehicle breakdowns and I don't see any of those vehicle breakdown indicators on any of the vehicles for these particular breakdowns. Like I'm showing 2 ambulance breakdowns. Actually, all 3. Oh, that's the emergency ambulance. That's the faster ambulance. But 2 of the standard vehicle ambulances, they're all 3 sitting in the garage. They don't have an indicator. So I don't know why the notification is still showing up over here. I've had this toilet crisis forever, and I have like 30 toilets in here. I mean, it's insane that that would be doing that. The other thing that I have a little bit of issue with is the flow of things. You have notifications over on the left-hand side for things that break down or things that you need to work on to build up. You have notifications on the right-hand side that talk about the goals and the things that you need to do. And then in the bottom, you have your menu options that pop up. A suggestion, and I will definitely put this in as a suggestion, I would like to have all the notifications on one side, either the left-hand side or the right-hand side. It would probably be easiest to take all of these vehicle breakdown notifications and put them over on the right-hand side, and then have an option to be able to keep the tabs open. So like if I wanted to keep the building tab, because I go into that tab all the frickin' time when I'm trying to, because I'm constantly building. If I wanted to have the tab open or close, then I have an option to pin it or something like that so that I can make it permanently on my interface so I don't have to keep on clicking all the time. Other than that, this is a really addictive game. As I said, I got it at 11:30 at night and I played until almost 5, so I really did enjoy it, and I'm probably going to play it again and put another view out here. At this point, as I said before, I'm thinking possibly of making smaller bathrooms and moving them more frequently throughout the building. I'm also thinking about doing the same with the utility rooms, maybe having a separate utility room for each garage, because I did have like 3 garages by the time I was done. Separate them out, have the police in one garage area, the fire in another garage area, and then the ambulances in a possible 3rd area. So I was just thinking about that, possible things that I could do with that once I get it arranged and things of that nature. It is nice having a couple of entrances, so I'll probably put another entrance on the west end of the building as well once I get things going. So those are just my long-term suggestions on some improvements that can be made for this, and some things that I would do in the future now that I've learned how to play the game. I may do another one where I actually take a little bit more time, might even stream that on Twitch, and see how it goes from there, and we can make that work. Thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you do like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments down that you saw. If you had some issues with how things were working with this or anything like that, let me know in the comment section. If you want to know about all the things that Kasakana does, you can join and subscribe to my channel. You can also look at my blog. I have things in there, and I'm also on Twitter and Twitch and Reddit, so I'm all over the place. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Ja mata ne. Bye-bye.